Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because you have to change your passwords now. Brand new warning. This is very, very serious. Please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and let's get right into it. It was found out on the dark web this week that there were, think about this, 16 billion emails, passwords, and personal information files out there that are being sold to sell all our personal data. The wild thing about this is that this was not just, the name and the password, it was detailed information about people. So you've got to go out and you have to change everything from your Facebook password to your email passwords, everything on Apple, everything on Google, everything on Android is at risk right now. And it's incredibly serious right now. And what they found was there are databases that they call data sets. These data sets, they found 30 of them. Some of them are a few million people to 3.5 billion people that were on there. And the data and the information that they found is unbelievable. It's just not simple information, but read the stories below. And when I first saw this and this was sent to me, I'm like, oh, this is the old story. No, they knew about 184 million passwords and names and things like that. That got reached out. But this, guys, is the most serious one yet. You have to protect yourself, and you've got to understand this, that these black hat, bad guys are out there selling all our personal data, and they can go into your accounts, they can change passwords, and they can do it at a moment's notice. They can get access to your bank accounts, they can get access to your pension, they can get access to everything, even something as simple as your email passwords to your internet, everything, guys, right now. So protect yourself. Do it now. Immediately do this. So read the stories below. But the problem with this is that these guys are getting more and more detailed. They're getting more and more information on a regular basis, and you have to do something immediately about this. So read the story below and check that out. The next thing is that they're calling this the housing bubble 2.0. There's been banking bubbles, there's been credit bubbles, there's been all these different things that have come up, over the last few decades that have affected a lot of people. But now the housing market is really having a difficult time right now. You've got some areas that are doing really well. Okay, they're building, they're spending money in some of these higher end areas. You've got pockets that are hot, but then you've got areas like Texas, you've got areas like Florida that things are just not moving. And for the first time, Lennar Homes is offering the largest incentives they've ever offered to try to sell homes. Now, I want you to think about this. Think about this. You're in a phase, and they build these places in phases. You're in phase one, phase two, you paid top dollar for it, prices went up, and then all of a sudden, they come out and they start not selling. They start building 3, 4, 5, and realize that these houses are not complete and they're not moving. So what do? They start offering deals to people and incentives to move these houses, and they're not. So think about this. The largest discounts that have been offered since 2008. Okay, well, that's scary enough right there, guys. So you're gonna see problems with these banks, and the problem with it is the big lie that, hey, just refinance your house. You can't, because your job situation changes, and the income requirements are going to go up. Here's the thing: get used to the 7% mortgage. Can you handle that? If you can, buy the house. If you don't care, buy the house. Talked to a guy the other day who he had a 10-year interest-only loan on his house. And what'd you think? Thought interest rates were going to stay low. Thought they were going to go down. So, hey, listen, you got to refinance this place in 60 days, or we're going to call the note in. Now, he's a rich cat. So there's the thing about this. He goes, listen, you guys write me a loan. with a 5 in front of it, anything with a 5, and I'll take that loan with you guys. No, we can't do that. The best we can do for you is 6.75%. So he just paid the house off. Don't call me again. So not everybody can do that. Not everybody can live that way, but that's what he did. So kind of crazy, kind of wild. But I meet so many people that are strapped. Everything costs more right now. Everything costs more. Now, discount shopping, Walmart steps forward and they are the big discount, place to shop right now. And there's a great article talking about how for food value, they're the best place right now. And more people are starting to take advantage of that. But what they're seeing is that prices have escalated to here, and now they're just slowly staying and drifting in that same area. So they're not going up much, but they're not dropping like everybody wants. And they're not going to drop like everybody wants. So kind of interesting. It's a real problem with truckers that don't speak English and don't have the proper licenses, here in the States. And they're letting these people drive big rig trucks. And a lot of these people are getting into very serious accidents. And Texas has got a real problem with this. So with that, they're starting to demand that people speak English, and they're passing all these rules that these people have to follow these guidelines. Now, I got a few years in everybody. So the thing about this, remember Truckmasters School of Trucking? Hey, you guys want to be a big rig trucker? You can make big money. And then you had BJ and the Bear, and everybody thinks it's just a big party loading stuff and driving your truck. Well, now the demands that they're putting on everybody to have these licenses are huge right now. So absolutely unbelievable, but these people are not, they're being stopped right now. The Trump administration wants to get rid of, just anybody can drive. So you have to pass certain rules. You have to speak English. You have to have an American license. And again, what's wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that because, think about it. If I wanted to drive a truck, they wouldn't just let me drive a truck. And if I took people out, I'd be in such huge trouble. So let me know what you think so far, guys. This is Corona del Mar, guys. They have a private beach. Here's the cool thing. These people that own these beach houses, this is a private area, but it's not. You can't shut it off to the public. You got to let people walk out and use your beach. So you can spend $22 million in a house and you get to have people walk out and enjoy the sand. So that's just the way it works. Now, speaking of California, speaking of real estate, there's a great article I found about how no one's buying houses right now, and that this is a real problem right now. So you're seeing stuff sit on the market longer. You're starting to see more and more incentives. A friend of mine who bought a beach condo in San Diego, nice area, really cool, really nice. And what happens? Goes out and they did an assessment for everybody that owns these places and said, your share is $50,000. Now, he's a rich dude. He was pissed, but he paid it and wrote a check for it. And he goes, you know what? We really don't go there that much. Why don't we just sell this place? So what he does is he lists the place, but you've got people that can't afford the $50,000 assessment, and then they're dumping the price. So that's what's going to happen with these condos. And you're going to see more and more of this, where people are going to go out and just unload places like that. So that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I had a great article sent to me about check fraud and what a big problem it is. Talking about these, your passwords and everything. Checks are the new fraud, capital when it comes to money. And you're getting more and more people that are getting victimized by check fraud. But the banks are like, how do we fix this? Because we don't want to get rid of checks, because I'm telling you guys, you've gotten paid before. There's some serious satisfaction getting that check. There's some serious satisfaction going to deposit that check you've been waiting for. Well, what they want to do with some of these is just get rid of it. No. So think about this. The Federal Reserve, the FDIC, and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, has a 90-day plan right now, and they want the public to sit there and say, we want to hear the problems you've had with checks and what you recommend happen. So it will be interesting to see if anything gets fixed from this, if anything good comes out of this. I wanted to walk down here and show you guys this. It's kind of cool because you got this walkway and driveway up here. So will this fix anything when it comes to check fraud? And the wild thing is that people are going to town. People are stealing checks out of the mail. We're hearing about all these postal workers, another postal worker in Georgia this week that got caught stealing millions of dollars and just kept doing them. Stealing gift cards, stealing, things out of, he would reach in, get a looks like a birthday card or gift card or graduation card and squeeze it. And if he felt a bump in there, maybe it's a gift card, would slide it open and seal it back up. Isn't that terrible? Wow, grandma sent me nothing, So this guy's going to jail. And, the big housing crisis is that nobody's buying right now. So remember that. Now, one thing we talked about lately that's crazy is, shopping. A lot of people have always make recommendations. Oh, I like Grocery Outlet. I like Aldi. I like these places. I'm telling you, I hate the discount places because it seems like they're always lacking someplace. The vegetables aren't that good, or the fruit or the meat's not that fresh. I mean, there's nothing better than like a place. We have a market here called Stater Brothers. Every Stater Brothers has a butcher there on site all the time. So you go there and you want a steak cut, or you want to ask questions about how to prepare something. Boom, it's like the old Home Depot. They're experts to answer all that stuff. Now, one thing that is absolutely crazy is there is a new law that goes into effect in Florida on July 1st. We're going to walk up the Great Wall of China here. And think about this. If you get caught going 50 miles an hour over the speed limit, you will get a $500 fine, mandatory court appearance, meaning you have to have yourself in front of a judge, and you could get 30 days in jail. So they could just give that to you, okay? Now, people are freaking out about this. And I can't remember the last time I drove 50 miles and over the speed limit, but for those of you that live in any nice areas where you have a lot of traffic, race cars, douchebagville like this place, you're going to see people race. And when they race, it's a pain, okay? I don't know what I can't tell if that's a sheriff helicopter or what that is, but they're loud and they're making noise. So the other thing is that if you get caught the second time, think about this. It's a mandatory $1,000 fine, 90 days in jail. 90 days. That is awesome, man. You're going to see these race car drivers in their souped up Hondas and all that crap that speed down the highway. People are going to go to jail now. So let me know what you think so far. I'm going to finish this video with these last few things. First things first, don't forget to sign up for the email list. The link is below. You don't want to miss it. There's an email going out this week. Second thing is we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live, and you go to iAllegedly.tv, put that in your browser, and it will take you there. It's uncensored, and it's fantastic. Check it out today. Now, final two stories are unbelievable. There's a woman that got caught stealing credit cards and then went on a shopping spree, not online, but at stores, and they got her pictures. And I just thought, well, this is crazy. She's an idiot for doing this. So do you know this woman? They shared that one. And there is a man who started an app called Telegram. It's a communication app. It's what a lot of the scammers use to sit there and say, hey, your favorite YouTuber, meet me on Telegram. They don't use it, okay? A lot of nefarious things happen on Telegram, but I got to get this guy's name right. Pavel Durov started the site, and he's a billionaire. Think about this. He has 6 children from 3 different wives. If that's not bad enough, he has donated for 15 years to a sperm bank. You heard me, okay? And he has fathered, according to the sperm bank, over 100 children. Okay? Insanity. Insanity. Now, he has just made a statement this week and said, listen, when I pass and I'm gone, I'm going to leave my fortune to all these kids he's never met. So they anticipate right now that each of these children will get $154 billion. He will never meet them. And anonymously, he's going to get them this money when he passes. Now, he's a young guy, but that's what it's worth today. Is that crazy? Crazy, huh? Okay. So, it's weird. When you do that, I have a little bit of knowledge in this because I know people that have done this. You don't get to meet the people. You get to see pictures of their parents, and then you pick from what their parents look like. You don't get to see the individual. So Pavel Durov, no one got to see his face. They just got something else. And there's 40 jokes there that I didn't do, okay? So there's that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, email iAllegedly live. Let me know what you think. hello@iallegedly.com is the email address if you want to reach out to me. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very, very soon.